Okay, guys, so let's get started. We have a few people coming. Katie, if someone is chatting or saying something, could you let me know, please? Because I'm sharing my screen, so I cannot see all the information there. So welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here today. It's a pleasure that you join us to the Clubs Day. Unfortunately, this year we couldn't spread all the tables around the hallways inside the college, but we organized a way at least to present the clubs to new students and to more experienced students as well. And we are recording here today, and that all the students that couldn't, sorry, more people coming. You're gonna see that I get distracted really easy. So every time people enter here, I'm gonna stop talking. So just to let you know, oh gosh.
Ricardo, I'll take care of that. I'll admit people.
Can you admit people?
Yep.
Oh, perfect. So just for letting you know, this meeting is being recorded. So of course, we are so happy that almost everyone is with the cameras on, but if you don't feel comfortable to appear in the video and be in our websites and everything, feel free to turn your cameras off, okay? So I'm not gonna be mad, but I'll be happy if you if you let your cameras on, okay? So we have the opportunity to connect better with each other. So today, just like to sum up, the main goal for today is just give an overview to all of you about the clubs and some of the activities we are doing inside the clubs. And for you to have the opportunity to get some of the presidents and vice presidents of the clubs. So many of them are here today, and we are happy that you all are here. Thank you for coming. And also, we're gonna have some space for you to ask some questions about how to join a club, how to start your own club if you, for example, don't have a club that you are interested in. So today is the day for all of this. So the sections will be we're gonna give for each club 10 minutes to talk a little bit about their experiences, their activities. Some of them we're gonna show some PowerPoints, videos, and we have a good time to talk about it. Okay, so feel free to send your questions in the chat box, and I'm gonna ask them as soon as I can when they finish their presentations. And at the end of this meeting, we're gonna have some space for general questions. Okay, so if you have general questions about how many members do I need to start my own club and that kind of thing, just hold on, and we're gonna talk about this after all the presentations, okay? But before we move on, I just like to present to you, if you don't know all of us, we are the executive committee team. So it's myself, Ricardo, I'm your advocacy and communications coordinator. We have Katie that is here with us today, that is our president. And we have Anywhere that is here as well, that is our finance coordinator. So guys, you want to say hello to everyone?
Hi everyone, welcome. I'm Katyayani Thakur, or Katie, the FSU president. And it's so nice to see you guys here. Thank you so much for coming.
Hey everyone, my name is Anne Marisa. I'm the FSU finance coordinator. And just like Katie, it's a pleasure to be here and meet all of you today.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming today and being part of this moment with us. It's nice to have you here. And before we jump in the club's presentation, I will give some space to Katie to talk about our FSU election that started today. So breaking news for you guys.
Right. Thanks so much, Ricardo. Thanks for that. So, clubs are such an integral part of student and campus life, as we all know. It's sad that we're not able to be physically present on campus, as Ricardo mentioned at the beginning. But it's so great that we can still meet in a virtual manner and get to know each other a little bit despite the circumstances. I'd like to begin by thanking everybody who's involved in clubs, and especially the club leaders, the presidents and vice presidents, for doing a phenomenal job with regards to their leadership skills as well. So thank you so much for motivating students to participate and get involved in campus life. An obvious next step for you could be running in the upcoming FSU elections, or perhaps applying for a position to be in FSU's executive team. So I'll just quickly brief you about how the elections are going to pan out, and what are the positions that are available in the upcoming 2021 FSU elections. So today we opened our nominations, so you can pick up a nomination package. All the information that you need to know about the elections are on our website, fsu.ca/election. That's available right now, right away, from today up until 19th of February. We've also prepared an FAQs document so that you have an easy access to all queries that you may have getting answered right there and then. Right from the eligibility criteria to what it means to be the president and what it means to be the director or on the board of governors is all there on our website. So I think our website is that one-stop destination for all your queries and answers. So please make sure you visit our website. A little bit about the role of the president. There is one president, and there are 8 directors on our board. Our board is the Student Administrative Council, which basically voices the opinion of all the students. As you may know what the student union does because you've been closely involved with it. Board of Governors is basically a Fanshawe position. It's a Fanshawe board position that, we run the elections in conjunction with the college, but it's actually a Fanshawe position, not an FSU position. But all the information on that can also be found on our website. Guys, this is a great opportunity for you to be the voice of change and to voice opinions of the underrepresented or students who may not be able to speak, and generally to advocate on behalf of the student population at Fanshawe. So this could be your chance to shine. So please make sure you check us out on our website. The next piece would be the executive team positions. So the executive team, as Ricardo said, consists of the president, the finance coordinator, student life coordinator, and the advocacy and communications coordinator. So these 3 positions directly report to the president, and they work together on a daily basis to resolve student issues. Like the advocacy and communications coordinator, I'll let Ricardo speak about it a bit. But since we don't have an active student life coordinator at the moment, I'll just tell you what they basically do. They're involved, in planning out all the great events that we organize. Currently, we don't have one because the student life coordinator actually resigned from their positions. And, since we're actually hiring for the next term, we didn't think it was appropriate to hire for this position right now because you're all virtual. But May 1, we are going to be, having students in all these 3 positions, hopefully. And so the student life coordinator position would basically resolve any issues with regards to student life, voice the students' opinion on what kind of events they want, be responsible for the resident students, that sort of thing. So that's the generalized role of the student life coordinator. And I'll give it to Ricardo and Anwar to speak about their respective roles.
Thank you, Katie. So in my role, guys, just to make it simpler, I used to tell that you are responsible for all the ABC purposes. A, which are academic appeals and academic integrity. So you'll be responsible for help students and raise their voices if they think they have valid grounds to appeal for anything that comes about the college. So for example, if you receive a grade that you think it's unfair, or if you receive a grade that it's a result of procedural error or anything like that, you can appeal. And many students don't even know they can appeal for that kind of thing. So I'm in the middle of the way. So I'm going to help students to provide all the evidences they need to write an appeal letter and put in contact with the college and with the ombuds. So in many cases, I even participated with the meeting with the students. So it's a good opportunity to connect and to help all the students inside the college. B is be the focal point regarding the class reps program. So I have to oversee all the class reps program and make some events, the meet and greet, and help them to connect with their directors and get informed about everything that is happening in the class reps program. So for now we have 108 class reps. So it's a lot of students, and it's an awesome program that we have at Fanshawe. And for last, clubs, that it's my responsibility as well, oversee clubs, try to motivate and be connected with the presidents and vice presidents and promote all the activities that we can in a general basis. And all the presidents and vice president is responsible to promote the activities in a specific basis regarding their clubs. So that's like a sum up of the role.
Thanks, Ricardo. Anwar?
So what I do as the finance coordinator is basically handle all the financial matters of the FSU. That's signing checks, reviewing the invoices, and I also provide support for students that are looking for more information on bursaries, scholarships, or they want more information on their tuition fees. Just basically anything that has to do with numbers, I handle it in the FSU. And I also implement and execute events related to financial literacy. So that's be like, for example, how to budget, how to handle your credit card, stuff like that, just to basically implement financial literacy among students at Fanshawe.
Thanks, Anwar. And a little bit about the president, which I just realized I didn't really talk about. So the president is basically the official spokesperson and representative of the student union. The president is also the chief executive officer. So any, any item that requires immediate attention to, comes to the president, and they take immediate action on that. So that's the role of the president, and the president is basically accountable to the board of directors. So the directors are basically responsible for those high-level decisions that are taken by the FSU, moving forward. Decisions that will hold true and hold good 5 years down the line. So it's that big, high-level decision-making that the board is responsible for, the board of directors. And the Board of Governors is basically a Fanshawe position. Again, that's a student representative on the Board of Governors. So any concern or the opinion of the student population is voiced to Fanshawe by the Board of Governors student representative. So that's pretty much a sum of all the positions. We're running nominations again from January 25th to February 19th. For the elections, but also for the job postings of the finance coordinator, student life coordinator, and advocacy and communications coordinator. These three coordinator positions are hired positions, like hired by means of interviews, whereas the president, directors, and board of governors they're all elected positions. So the application dates for for the role of the coordinators is again the same as the nominations for the elections. The respective websites I mentioned, fsu.ca/elections for the elections and fsu.ca/jobs for the for the coordinator job positions. So please make sure. If it's something that you're interested in, guys, I cannot emphasize this enough. You will not regret it. It's great exposure. It's great exposure, and it's a great opportunity to be the voice of change. Thank you.
Awesome, Katie. Thank you very much for giving all this information. And guys, I know probably you have more questions than answers for now, so you can enter on the website and you're gonna have all the information there, all the eligibility criteria. We just want to give this information in firsthand for you, like as a gift for you being here today. And because today we just started all the communications about it. So you can help us to spread the word about it, okay? So let's jump in and meet the clubs. So just to give a quick overview about the club, sometimes people think that sometimes the students don't get involved into clubs because they think like it's just some sort of meeting and discussion, and it's about that as well, but it's not limited to that. We have many activities, and each club try to promote very specific events and try to dialogue and raise critical think. And clubs is also a way for you to get connected with your like community, create your networking here. When you talk about career, for example, at Fanshawe, they always reinforce the importance of building a network, and maybe clubs is your first step towards that, because it's a way that to find, it's a place that you can find people with their interests in common and people that can connect you with other professionals. And we have many clubs as well focused in specific courses or in specific subjects. For example, accounting club, the military connected club. So I'm just gonna show you here. This is our current clubs. So just you can have the big picture of all the clubs that we have right now. This year, of course, many clubs just didn't continue their work because we are just in online environment, and sometimes the club cannot like promote many activities in the online environment. But this is our current clubs, and they are very engaged and they are promoting many stuff. And certainly you can find many of clubs here that you can join in and that you can relate to. And if you can find that, you can start your own club and like start gathering people that have the same common interest. Okay, so I'm not gonna extend too much my lines here. Just give space for all the clubs to present themselves and to try to present you good reasons for joining the club and present all the activities they are doing for now. Okay, so the first club, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. The first club I would like to invite is the Enviro Fanshawe. I'm seeing here Rebecca. So Rebecca, please join in. Yes. I don't know if it's Ernie here or it's just you. I'm not seeing.
I don't know if Ernie came. I think he's probably busy with school. He has a very full schedule.
Okay, so it's all on you, Rebecca. I don't know if you have anything to share on your screen. I'm gonna make you the co-host, so feel free, okay?
No, I don't have any images to share, just some information. Guess I didn't think that far ahead. But I just wanted to share with everyone that right now, we're mostly interactive on Instagram, though we do have a Facebook. It is quite challenging to try and run an environmental club, which is about interacting in the environment and being environmental and activism based when everything's online. It's quite challenging, but we've come up with a couple events that have worked out. People seem to have enjoyed them. Well, one that we've had running for a couple of years now is a hydroponic workshop that Ernie started up himself. And through that, because of everything shutting down last year, we ended up with a lot more supplies than we expected. So we're giving it out basically entirely for free this year. And it's available to any staff or student within Fanshawe. So you don't have to be a club member, though you're welcome to join. All you have to do is email us if you're interested. And it's a workshop. I think it's about a half an hour long. Ernie hosts it from his laptop and he shows you his own little setup. He grows a lot of vegetables at home. He's a very, very innovative person. And so he shares his little setup with you and explains to you how to use the kit that we provide. Basically, we're doing distance pickup where both people wear a mask, and then I package it in a plastic bag and just put it down, step away 2 feet, and the person comes and picks it up. And that's done a few days in advance of the workshops. We're having one February 12th and the other one March 19th. So there's 2 opportunities throughout the semester, whereas in the past we only had it a once per semester. So we're trying to expand it a little, seeing as we can't see people in person. And then we have a trivia week, which we got surprisingly really good response from last semester. That was actually an idea that our current club members came up with, because I generated a question on our Instagram asking, what can we do online? We're an environmental club. And so just sharing education and awareness is a big part of what we do. So the Trivia Week was actually a really great opportunity. We had a number of people say that they learned a lot because they would research the questions that we were asking in order to give the right answers, of course, with the incentive of a prize at the end. Some people actually didn't realize there was a prize. So I now I know I have to share more often, like, hey, participate, you can win something. But that's what we also have going with a hashtag contest. It's been difficult to get people interested and interacting with it, to be honest, but we're still trying is the point, because we only have the online option. And the whole point is it's called BYO Fanshawe, bring your own. And so when we were allowed to campus, the idea was bring your own food packaging, bring your own straws, bring your own, anything that you could buy single use on campus, bring your own. Take a selfie with it, tag us, and then you can do that once per day for the entire semester. Every entry goes into a bowl, and then we, shuffle it around and draw a name. It used to be just one prize, but considering we can't interact and use our funds for much else, we have 2 prizes now to try and encourage people to interact. And it's basically always products from Reimagine Co., because we are partnered with them for the hashtag contest. They like last semester they sponsored a $50 gift card, and so we have a lot of opportunities with Reimagine to try and promote reusability, environmentalism, composting, lots of stuff like that. And so I encourage anybody here who has an Instagram, find us. It's literally just Fanshawe. Follow us, and just one entry could win you. Last semester or the semester before, I can't remember, one person literally only entered once, another person entered like 50 times, and that one person won. So statistics, there's no reason not to join just once, if not many times. And you're also sharing awareness when you share it on your own Instagram, because you're like, hey, I'm using a reusable item, why don't you? We tried to make it a little bit more accessible this semester and last semester, where you can share almost any reusable item instead of just things that are typically used for food and stuff like that. So a reusable mask. We had people sharing reusable perfume bottles, reusable baking materials, things that you would use, a lot of people will use single use for. If you share that with the tag, it counts this semester, because we're so limited in our ability to even go anywhere to use reusable items. And we wanted to make it more accessible in that way. And it seemed to be encouraging in terms of some of the cool stuff that people were sharing. We are also really hoping that case numbers will go down with this lockdown. And then with that, if it does look good by April, we want to apply for a campus cleanup, because we often do that once per year, just to get everybody together and feeling kind of like we're making a change on campus specifically. We've got a lot of good reactions in the past. If you want to scroll through our Instagram, you can see some of the photos of that. But we're always open to any suggestions. If anybody has any ideas on how an environmental club can be interactive online, we'd love your feedback. Again, we have a Facebook. Again, just search Fanshawe. And we'll take your messages anytime, or Instagram as well. And we have an email, which is very simple, envirofanshawe@gmail.com. And that's how you can sign up for the club as well. So yeah, that's about it. We're kind of struggling with the whole online interaction thing, but we're doing the best we can.
Awesome, Rebecca. Thank you very much. I have to say, guys, Fanshawe is awesome. They are always engaged in many activities. They are trying to be as much as innovative they can in this new environment. They are doing workshops and many cool stuff. So get connected. I'm gonna share my screen here with all the contacts for 1 more minute, so you can get the emails. And of course, you always can find their information in our website and connect with Rebecca. Rebecca, I'm seeing a question here. How can students can become a mentor of your club?
Mentor or member?
A member, sorry.
So again, if they just send us an email with their student number and their name, we can sign them up.
Okay, great. Thank you, Rebecca. Moving on, we have here Power to Change Club. So I would like to invite Heather and Melissa to join in, jump in. And you are already co-hosts, so you can share your screen if you want. Okay?
Awesome, thank you. So hello everyone, I'm Heather Claver.
And I'm Melissa Redicup.
I'm in my second year of the 4-year program of the Early Childhood Leadership Program.
And I'm in my second year of the Interior Decorating Program.
And we are the co-leaders of the Power to Change Club here at Fanshawe.
So what is Power to Change? So Power to Change is an organization with 10 different ministries to share the gospel and teach people more about it. So one of these 10 ministries is called Power to Change Students, in which there are groups led by students in college and university campuses. So they actually first started in 1967 at the University of British Columbia, and now they have groups in more than 60 campuses across Canada. So there are staff that help disciple and guide each student leader at each campus. So Power to Change also has multiple different podcasts, some for students, some for family, some from their women's ministry. They have a store where you can buy books, devotionals, or DVDs. And if you visit their website, they actually have a few different resources. So you can request for someone to pray for you or someone to mentor you, just to talk to. Another really cool ministry of theirs is also mission trips. So during COVID, all of their mission trips are virtual and online. But before COVID, they had students go to some really cool countries and do some really great work there. These trips would actually be set during reading week or summer break so that they wouldn't interfere with their school schedules. Their mission statement is to help students take their next step towards Jesus. We want every student walking closer to Jesus and experiencing life in him.
Thank you, Melissa. So now we're going to watch a short video about the Bible Project. This is a resource that we've been using to guide us in our discussions.
So the Bible is one of the most influential books of all time, but what is it exactly?
Yeah, some people treat the Bible like a divine behavior manual that dropped out of heaven. Others use it like a theology dictionary, written to answer all of our questions about God. And others still think of it like a grab bag of spiritual one-liners and inspiring stories.
But here's the thing. The Bible isn't written as a rule book or theology dictionary or even as a collection of inspirational writings.
Then what is the Bible?
Well, open up the Bible to page 1 and read the opening words.
In the beginning.
Now, turn to the last chapter of the Bible where you can read this.
And they reigned forever and ever. Okay, so the Bible's telling a story from beginning to end.
Yeah, it's one epic narrative about how God has appointed humanity as his partners to oversee this amazing world. It's about how we've ruined that partnership and how God is restoring us and our world through Jesus.
Okay, one story, but there's a lot going on. Many plots, many characters, all written in many different books.
But once you see how every book has a careful literary design, you won't get lost. And you can see how it fits into the overall storyline.
There are also important repeated themes that weave through the entire biblical story.
Yeah, like the covenants that God makes with people.
Or the hope for a human who will confront evil.
Or how God's justice will one day make all things right. And every theme culminates in the story of Jesus.
There are also a lot of strange words in the Bible, words we don't use in normal language.
But when we take time to understand them, we discover profound ideas that contribute to the overall biblical story.
So it takes work to know how to read the different types of literature in the Bible.
But once you do learn how, you'll discover that the Bible is a work of literary genius that can transform how you live and how you think about everything.
So that's what the Bible Project is all about, to help people see the Bible as one unified story that leads to Jesus.
We're a nonprofit animation studio that makes videos and resources.
And it's all free to use because of a large group of generous people who've come together to contribute to this project.
You can find everything that we're up to at thebibleproject.com.
So the Bible Project has helped me gain a better understanding of what the Bible is about. And every time I start a new book in the Bible, I make sure to watch their video for that book. So their Church at Home series was started close to the beginning of COVID to give those whose churches were closed an opportunity to stay connected. we as a group are going through some of the Church at Home resources the Bible Project has available. We are not a church, but we have found that this resource is very beneficial for our group. Each section has a video like you saw today, Bible scripture, and then questions to go along with it.
So we're meeting every Monday night on Zoom from 7 to 8:15 p.m. So these meetings are a time for Christians to study the Bible and create a small community together. But not only that, it's also a time for new Christians or people who are just curious about it to ask questions, read the Bible with us, or just to be a part of the discussion. I'll talk about this again in a second, but anytime a student joins a meeting, they're never obligated to or forced to participate or speak. Some people just want to sit in and see what it's like without participating just yet. So the beginning of our meetings, we start off with a game. So some of the games that we've done in the past, we've played Pictionary before. We've done a Wikipedia search game, which is actually one of our best games. We love that one. It's where we start off with, everybody starts off at the same Wikipedia page. We just decide, choose one. Sometimes last time we started at the cheese Wikipedia page. And then you have to click the links in that report and try to make your way to the Jesus Wikipedia page. So it ends up being a lot of fun. And it's actually a lot harder than it sounds. So another game we also played was Read My Lips, where you choose a phrase, or you volunteer, you choose a phrase, and then you turn off your mic, and then you say that phrase, so everybody else has to guess what you're saying, which is actually a really fun game as well. And then we've also actually done a scavenger hunt as well. So you put up a list, and then everybody has 5 minutes to go grab as many things off of that list as possible, and then whoever gets the most wins. So after the game, we go into a time of study. So like Heather was saying, we go through the Bible Project Church at Home series right now. And so some of the series that we've done in the past, or some other videos that we've done in the past, is the Shema video, which means to listen. We've done Ma'od, which means strength. We've done the Witness, Holy Spirit, generosity, and hope. And actually tonight, we are going through the Shalom video. So normally we get a pretty good discussion going since there's discussion questions, which is really exciting. And then we always end in prayer. So we take prayer requests from anyone who wants to share or who would like prayer. And then again, no student has to pray. Normally I will start off the prayer or Heather will, and then one of us will close. So whoever starts, and then after that, we go into a popcorn style prayer. So whoever wants to jump in, can jump in, and then they say their prayer, and the next person jumps in until everybody who wanted to pray has prayed. Again, we never pressure people to pray. We both love praying in groups and praying for people with them, but everyone has a choice.
So during our last Power to Change meeting, Melissa and I asked some of our club members what Power to Change meant to them, or what they most enjoyed about our club. So one of the reoccurring answers was the community aspect. Specifically, it's a chance for individuals to come together, no matter whether they've been a Christian for their whole life, for a short period, or they're just curious. We had a new member this past week who mentioned it gave her a chance to feel supported through all that's going on in the world. Another one of the answers was it is a place to learn more about getting connected with God and being generous to those around us. Another aspect we appreciate about Fanshawe's Power to Change is it's currently a small group, which allows all of our voices to be heard during our discussions. I personally always look forward to our weekly Power to Change meetings, and I find it gives me a chance to ground myself in what is truly important in life. Thank you.
That's awesome, ladies. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Heather. You're always super engaged as well, so thank you for all the commitment during these unprecedented times. I know it's been hard, connect everyone, but that makes the difference when you can work even in unusual times, right? So thank you for leading this movement with us. So just let me share here my screen just for a second so you can see all the contacts I put on the chat as well. So this is the contact for you to connect with Power to Change. Okay, so next one, I would like to invite Maxine and William to talk a little bit about the Military Connected Student and Alumni Club at Fanshawe. Please join in, Maxine and William.
Hi, everyone. How are you guys doing? First of all, I'd like to welcome everybody to mention if they are military connected in any way. That means past, just currently serving, reserves, even family members, military connected. And Ricardo, am I able to share my screen for the website? Is that possible?
Yes, it is. You are
Okay.
already a co-host, so just click there and share screen, and you're gonna see all the options there.
There we go. I'm just gonna bring up our website right here. Don't mind me. So if you haven't heard yet, Fanshawe has made a commitment to becoming a military connected campus, which for military connected students means that there's more support than ever before. And that works with the Canadian Forces to create a military connected campus, as we're seeing right here. And what a military connected student is, right here online: current serving, reservist, Reg Force member, a veteran, civil servants, civilian members, immediate family, foreign military as well are more than welcome to join our club. And that means from any country currently serving our veteran as well. And what the point of the actual club is, aside from being military connected campus, is to form a connection and participating in activities we're allowed to in person, as well as any networking opportunities for military connected students. And we want to connect you to businesses that hire as well. And Ricardo mentioned earlier appeals for grades and stuff as well. If there is any issues or any troubles you have academically that is related to your service, we would like to welcome you to email myself. I'm right here, m_Stryboth at 53092 at fanshaweonline.ca, or Darlene, I don't believe her email is here. Oh, yes, it is. mcc at fanshawec.ca. Military connected students have a lot of wellness and resources available to them that are very specific to transitioning to civilian life and otherwise. William, do you have any other points?
Hello, everyone. Just like to mention that outside of just the connection on campus, we'd like to also invite the members to take a role in the community, i.e. With their local legions, which also support the veterans and current serving members. There's a bunch of other groups that are out there that we could also get you involved with, like Wounded Warriors or True Patriot Love, or the Veterans Transition Network. The Canadian Armed Forces recently set up a new transition center. Pretty much all the bases have them. And it's a great resource if you're trying to navigate the civilian world after your career, or even questions before you retire. So, yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up.
Maxine, you are muted.
Shoot. If you have any questions about the club, feel free to email myself or mcc at fanshawec.ca. And one thing that's recent, this website here, fanshawec.ca/military connected campus, has the information here. Fanshawe's president, Pierre Deflin, he is a veteran, and he's having an impressive Zoom meeting coming up, which I invite everybody to, especially those who are military connected. But if you're interested to hearing from him, this is going to be a really cool speaker series. And going forward, we're going to continue on this website for now until we create a new website. about speaker series that promote wellness and military connection initiatives. So thanks, Ricardo, for having us here.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for presenting the club. Just for letting you know, guys, the Military Connected, it's a new club, so they are starting now. They don't have like actually previous activities. So Maxine, just let me ask you something. What kind of activities students can expect by being a member of the club? Like, what are you planning for the winter term or even like to the rest of the academic year?
So right now we're still focusing on our speaker series. That is in the works. They just announced this Military Connected Campus in November. So this is still very new to myself as well. But for right now, all the resources and everything that Fanshawe is providing students alongside what's already in place is incredible. Just the commitment alone to say that you can go to the field and not have consistent interruptions to your studies is a big deal to be able to do for accommodations and for things like that. And William could probably attest to this. Being a veteran and transitioning to civilian world is a whole different type of atmosphere when you're getting used to civilian life, and we want to help you engage in a community where it doesn't make it as hard.
Yeah, it's like you're re-identifying yourself and becoming a different person just because of the culture that you were in before with the military. Another thing too I'd like to say is that you don't necessarily need to be in the club to get any help on campus. Like, I myself suffer from PTSD and a number of other disorders. And I've found that the staff and professors have been way more accommodating than they need to be when it comes to, like, you know, just you're having a bad week that week and you need to push off an exam or an assignment for a couple days or whatever. So just keep that in mind. There's places that you can outreach on campus, and we're just one of those places that you can go to.
Awesome, guys. Thank you very much for coming today. Just let me share my screen again. So I'm just gonna pass through very quickly the information about the other clubs that couldn't join us today because some of them, they have classes, they couldn't come. So that's why we're recording here. So you can come in this video after and take all the information that you need. And of course, you can enter on our website and get all those informations as well. Future leaders, I'm not seeing here Megan or Laura, just confirming some of you were there. I don't think so. So future leaders, the club is focused in connect students that are trying to start this professional path. So they are always focusing discussions about their careers, skills, how to improve for the work environment, how to connect with each other, how to build like meaningful connections with professionals. So I think most of us are intending to enter in the workforce after we finish our programs. So this is a really good club for you to stay connected and to get more information about the meetings. Also, we have the Spectrum Fanshawe that is dedicated to the LGBTQ community inside the college. So they are always discussing about regarding subjects that involves gender, the historical fight for the rights of the LGBTQ community, and all that involves this universe. So you can contact Alex or Nick if you are interested to join in. We have also the Fanshawe tabletop role players if you are into games, so you can connect with them. They are always playing some board games, and all the tabletop role players, I think they are reunited twice a week or once a week. So we have all the information on our website, and you can play games as Dungeons and Dragons and so on and so forth. So if you are into games, this is like a good club for you to join in. The other one regarding clubs and games, we have the Counter-Strike Club as well. So if you are into online games and if you like some team player games, and if you enjoy to play online, so this club actually was not like much affected by the COVID because they are already adapted in the online universe. So you can connect with Thomas or Tanner, the president and vice president. They have a specific club email here. So just send them an email and you can have all the informations and when they are playing. For now, they are playing on Mondays and Wednesdays. So you just can pop in and have some fun with them. We have also the Fanshawe Parks Clubs. Fanshawe Parks Club. The Fanshawe Parks Club is actually part of the Parks Canada Campus Club. So they are always organizing some road trips. They try to go to parks, do picnics, to explore, to go around. Again, now they are doing everything virtually, which is kind of bumming because all the magic to go through a park and to go to a hiking, it's be there, not talking about it, but they are doing like excellent initiatives and talking about many good stuff, giving awesome tips, and maybe you can join the meetings and get connected with them, and hopefully soon they'll be able to resume all the activities in person, right? So let's hope for the best soon. And the Fanshawe Commercial Aviation Student Association, this is a big name. This is focused in the Aviation Student Association, of course, as the name said, and is more focused in this course. So if you are into aviation and all the disciplines that involves this course, you can enter, you can connect. They are usually, this is a new club, so they are willing to bring many key speakers to talk with the students and to present some challenges of the professional environment and how they can be entering, how they can enter in the marketplace and how they can start their career in this path, because it's too specific. And the same thing, it's about the Fanshawe Accounting Association. They are doing the same job. This club is still in ratification. So when the club is still in ratification, you cannot become a member, but I think in 2 weeks, we're gonna vote and decide if this will be an official club, and probably will be because they have everything all set up. We just have to vote in the executive committee meeting. So as you see, we have like many topics, many different clubs, so you can join, like you have many options. And if you can find an option that is good for you, you can always start your club. So if you are willing to start your club, just go to our webpage and read the FSU Club policy and the FAQ, so you can understand how many students do you need. So for example, do you need 5 full-time students as a member to start your own club? And you have to have a president, a vice president, 2 sign officers, and 5 full-time students, so you can start your club. If you achieve 10 members in your club, you have the right for funding. So the FSU will support your club with up to $500 per year. So if you want to promote any activities, you can be refunded for that. This is a way that we find to support the clubs and to promote many fun and nice activities to them. Okay, so Q&A moment. Guys, do you have any questions regarding any of these clubs that is here? Do you have any doubts about to start the club, joining a club? You can just send here into the chat, and I'm gonna read those questions. If you awesome. Just Maxine is saying here. So you just can send your messages in the web chat. We have just more 8 minutes, but I have some questions here to direct to our presidents and vice presidents, just to clarify some doubts that probably everyone is thinking about. Okay, so let's start with Rebecca. Rebecca, why would you encourage students to become a member of a club, any club? Why do you think this is important?
Any club? I think it's just a matter of definitely in this time having more opportunity to be connected to fellow students. It's really hard to connect to anyone who's outside of your program at all right now, in terms of just being a fellow Fanshawe student. And sometimes it can be really helpful. You just get little bits of advice that you're like, God, I didn't know that. I'm going to go sign up for that bursary or whatever. So it can just be really helpful to your overall student experience.
Awesome. And this is so true because today you're all here and you had the opportunity to get in firsthand the information about the FSU election. So the more you are connected, the more you have information and you can join in many activities at the FSU. So I'm seeing here some other questions. In order to belong to FSU, do I have to join a club? No, you don't have to join a club to be part of the FSU executive committee, director, or board. But as much closer you are, the more opportunities you have to connect with the right people, right? So the more you are participating, the more you are engaged, we can see all that you are doing and that you want to make a difference inside the college. So you have many opportunities as the class reps program, the clubs, and we have many initiatives and activities at FSU. So try to be the more engaged as you can. You do not have any criteria to become a club member. Yes, the only criteria we have, you have to be a full-time student, okay? We have some, now we just changed our bylaws, so the co-op students are allowed to be in a club as well, okay?
If I may interrupt, as I understood, part-time students are allowed to participate in clubs too. They just don't count in the 10.
Yes, exactly. They don't count, like if you are starting your own club, they don't count for you to get the funding or to rectify your club. But for example, if you have a club that is already established, you can enter in the club even if you are a part-time. Thank you, Rebecca, for clarifying this point. Vatsal is asking, we have to email them to join in, right? Yes, Vatsal, you have to email them, and we have all the emails and all the information on our webpage. You can see there the name of the club and all the information that you need to contact them. Many of them have specific emails that you can send all the information, and many of them you're gonna contact direct with the president or vice president, okay? So to power to change, I want to ask you, I have my notes here, how being part of a club has been helping you to connect with other students and make new friends?
Well, we all know right now it's a little harder to make friends when you're just sitting at home all year. So I think first and foremost, you're making friends and from the comfort of your own home. So that definitely helps a lot when you're joining. And I know from our group anyway, after we're done our Zoom meeting and everything, we kind of all just stay around and chill, just kind of hang out and actually talk about whatever we want to talk about, learn more about each other, and actually just have a time of just hanging out, which you can't really get when you're in person anymore, but now we're just doing it on Zoom. So that definitely brings people more together.
Awesome. You want to say something, Heather, or just agree? Okay, for the military connected, what kind of skills are you learning? No, this is new. You are starting right now. I'm not gonna ask this tricky question for you. So how has been the adoption process for clubs to the new online environment? What do you think are the most challenging part to bring everything to online?
I think the trickiest part is obviously a lot of these clubs were initially established to be in person. As you said, with the Parks Club, it's kind of hard to, imagine walking down the trail or being outside if you're stuck on a Zoom call and looking at pictures instead. So it's obviously had to take a adaptation for everyone to still remain connected, which is the ultimate goal for the clubs themselves. But at the same time, still give a sense of where the club is trying to go. Whether it's our club, the Military Connection, or the Bible Club, or the Enviro Club, they all have a mandate that, you know, they're trying to achieve. And I think it's still possible through online. It just makes it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, it's super hard, especially now. Like at FSU, we are having like hard time as well because we have to transform everything in this online format. So the class reps meeting, before that we have like many games and we have like a potluck and we have many things to eat, and now it's everything online. So I know sometimes it's hard to engage people, right?
Yeah.
Especially now, everyone, it's like all day long working, studying in front of a computer. So when you say, oh, we have another meeting, people start, oh my God, no, another one. I can't take it anymore. So it's challenging, guys, but I think we have good perspective for the future. So let's hope for the best. Thank you, guys. And my last question is for all of you. What kind of skills are you learning leading a club, and how do you think this will help you in your professional path as presidents and vice presidents?
Well, I actually started my club from previous experience being a co-executive as part of Enviro Western's club. They have like a lot of different projects. They run very differently, but that kind of gave me just leadership experience in sort of managing a club. And so then I took the next step because I realized there wasn't an environmental club, and it's been lots and lots of networking, lots and lots of emails I didn't expect. Like the first year, the number of people who contacted me with just general environmental concerns, I couldn't believe it. And just lots of learning to email professionally, learning to network with the community, like Reimagine Co., to make things work in that way, and learning a lot of rules. Like I've had a lot of emails of random environmental groups asking me, apply for our grant, apply for this bursary. And I have to be like, that's very kind, but I'm an FSU club and I'm not allowed. FYI, guys, you can't do that. And it's not a problem because we get $500 a month. It's just like lots of networking, I guess I wouldn't have expected.
Awesome.
I would say for me, it's just learning more of time management with having, busy semesters and busy schooling, and then just running a club and, like Becca said, responding to people's emails and, posting and keeping people updated on what like our club is doing. It just it takes time, but it's just, I think it's definitely a learning experience. And then being able to, for my field going into early childhood, there's going to be a lot of that too, is just, making sure you're on top of things and staying in contact with people.
Yeah, and this is an important skill, right? To get connected. Okay. Anything to say or to share, William? Or we are good to go?
No, unfortunately, I have to go right now. I have another meeting at 3, so.
Okay. Be my guest. Thank you for coming today. We are finishing right now. But thank you for coming and for joining us and present the Military Connected Club.
Yeah, no problem. See you, everybody.
See ya. Guys, so that's it for today. I've seen some questions popping up here. Vatsal asked if we can use the Gmail to enter in the club. Yes, you can use your Gmail, but in the services inside the college, it's always good to use the Fanshawe online, so you'll have everything like in the same place. But I know like we have to manage many emails, and I know how this can be tricky. So if you do prefer, you can enter with your own email because you're gonna put your student number there, okay? Where is going to be another meeting? I think just the next term, and will not be me here. Will be like the new coordinator. So you're gonna have another meeting. I hope in person, because usually this format is like with many tables on the hallways, and you can just pop in the clubs that you are interested in, and you can sign a sheet and become a member of the club, like live, like at the time that you were there. So today is like just an adaptation for you to have the opportunity to get to know all the clubs that you have right now. And that's it, guys. And of course, you are invited to enter in contact with all the clubs, as many as you want to, and enjoy and get involved, because this is a nice opportunity to make new friends and get involved with the college's activities. Okay, that's it for today. Do I have like a last word, guys? Rebecca, Melissa, Heather, it's all good. We're kind of late here. We just like past 4 minutes. Thank you everyone for coming today. I really appreciate all the engagement and involvement, and I hope to see you in the clubs soon. Bye.